A name was recently brought to our attention, the name of Ndii Gatabaki. She is a director at a payroll limited company, which is one of the company that owns Safaricom right now. They are payroll company. Among the companies that have won the tender of 106 billion UHC tender deal. Now, wacha nipate kukufafanulia aswa huyu Mwende Gatabaki mwenyewe ndiye nani. Wengi mnamtambua kama mkewe David D. But do you have the information that this lady was the mastermind of the failed Huduma number project, which was being initiated by the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta during his reign? Mnakumbuka the failed Huduma number project? Ndii Mwende Gatabaki was behind that project. Now tell me, how will this UHC or SHIF project succeed under our watch? The project of Huduma number drained Kenyans billions and billions of shillings. Now, here, the UHC and the SHIF is about to drain Kenyans 106 billion Kenyan shillings. Niambieni, how different is Huduma number with this thing that they are coming with to replace the NHIF? Wacha nizame kidogo kwa historia ndio mpate kuelewa. Who is this lady? Mwende Gatabaki. Now, should I remind you that the Huduma number failed because the opposition, then led by Deputy President William Ruto, used the Huduma number as a campaign tool against who? Against the former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's administration. And Kenyans lost faith in the said project Huduma number. Remember, the man who was an advisor to Deputy President William Ruto during his campaign was Ndii Mwende Gatabaki's husband David D, which means he used the information fed to him by the wife to strategize on how to diminish and also crash down the Huduma number. That's why recently, after the government came into power, the President William Ruto's government, in 2023, they started again reviving the Huduma number project in another shadow name called the Maisha number. The lady is obsessed with garnering information. But let me take you back kidogo to the year 2018 when she was brought in ndio uelewe. She was the one that drafted and came up with the Huduma number thing, which collapsed. So tell me, how will this UHC digitization or whatever nonsense they're doing under the government be successful? She has a very illustrious career when it comes to a portfolio. Yeah, she is a learned fella. Ni mtu ambaye ako na stakabadhi za kufanya kazi in any parts of the world, kwa sababu even before she came to work under President Uhuru Kenyatta, she was working in another country. Now, Mwende Gatabaki was thrust into the limelight, that is in 2018. After coming out in defense of her husband, Dr. David D, who was arrested on the same Sunday night. Now, Ms. David D called for President Uhuru Kenyatta's government to release her husband as she recounted how the commander-in-chief sent a request to the African Development Bank, AFDB, president to allow her to come back to Kenya and work on a digital transformation of his administration, the project Huduma number. She revealed was intended to help fight insecurity after the 2013 Westgate attack. Ms. Mwende Gatabaki is the daughter of the senior chief Peter Gatabaki of Dhakwa. Mr. Gatabaki is a former Githunguri member of parliament. Now, Ms. David D has notably worked with some of the most reputable firms in Kenya and the world. She worked with McKinsey and Company as a partner between June 2015 and July 2016. She was tasked with building the public sector practice to deepen McKinsey's socio-economic impact and grow revenues. McKinsey is a global management consulting firm. She has also worked as a special advisor to the first president and chief operating officer, COO of African Development Bank Group. At the time, she was based in Tunisia. For 6 years, Madam Gatabaki worked with Kenya Tea Development Agency, KTDA, as the group general manager. And should I remind you that it is during Athena as while as the general manager of the said KTDA that the prices of uh, tea in our country collapsed. Now, in recognition of the success that witnessed in the digital transformation, KTDA became the first African organization to be awarded the Global CIO 100 Award in 2009. Now, Gatabaki has also worked with various organizations, including the United Nations, as an IT expert for 7 years, the Kenya Wildlife Service as the system manager, and USAID as a network and Oracle database administrator. Now, Kenyans applaud her. Madam Ndii is one of the most brilliant brains that we have in the country. But brains are not everything in this matter. Everything has its second goal. And the second goal of these people, somebody like Gatabaki, Madam Gatabaki, is to consolidate money. You know, the government of President William Ruto works like a family business empire. It works like a family business empire where we have associates of every man and everything. So tell me why somebody who failed in the Huduma number project that costed the Republic of Kenya billions and billions of shillings is now being awarded tenders to again digitize the health service system in the country. Should I remind you of this? That the said Kenyan digitization of whatever, it was not meant. What Kenyans wanted is just to improve the NHIF. But these people took it so far that now they wanted to change it from NHIF to the SHIF, which is the social health insurance fund, ndio wapate mfumo mpya wa kuweza kukula nini, kukula pesa. Remember, a structure has been there that has already been built, which was working, although it was corrupt under NHIF. So why diminish or destroy the whole structure ya NHIF instead of modernizing it and changing a few elements here and there to have it work? Sahi wao wanataka kudo away with the NHIF. Now allow me to spoil your day. With the SHIF scam, most Kenyans just wanted NHIF to improve, not a new system. Now all resources will be funneled to private hospitals owned or controlled by Adani, Jayesh Saini, and Safaricom Limited. Public health centers and dispensaries will suffer the most. Mama mboga na mtu wa bodaboda will not be able to get even basic medicine like Panadol. To the employed, SHIF is about to drain your paychecks. And all I can tell you right now is go ahead and tighten your belt. Now, please note that Apero Limited directly is linked to Adani and will be the one that provide the integrated healthcare technology system for UHC or SHIF. Apero Kenya Technologies Limited was registered on July 5th, 2024. Tunaelewana? Hii kampuni ambayo inashinda tenda za mabilioni ya pesa ni kampuni iliregistiwa 3 months ago. Na iliregistiwa and Madam Judy Mwende Gatabaki is the director of the said company, who is the wife of President Ruto's chief economic advisor, Mr. David Ndii. When Ndii was asked about his wife's involvement in the SHIF deal, Ndii simply said, "It's our time to eat." Truth be told, we no longer have a country. Ruto and his cronies have regrouped to milk the country dry. How greedy can one be? The guy is mercilessly ejaculating. I can't use that word. I can't use that word. But truth be told, the country economy is collapsing. It's at the verge of collapsing. One thing I noticed, and there is a message that was said by Miguna today, which I will read to you later so that you will understand where we are heading as a country. Listen, Dr. Ndii, a critic of the government of the Republic of Kenya. Now, at time she wrote something on a social media, and I want you to listen to this. Alisema hivi, Mwende Gatabaki wrote the prototype for Huduma number. She is the one who came up with the scary idea of putting everybody's information on a chip, from their chickens to their title deeds to their health status. The idea returned as Huduma number. It is now operational in CBC. You remember when you sheepishly believed that continuous assessment means no exams and dismissed me when I told you that it means more data on your kids. Even the university funding system is the same thing, data collection. Same thing with SHIF and the nonsense about tech healing us. It's about our data, which is Mwende Gatabaki's fault. Now, seems like the Ds have a fantasy that the state can work perfectly if only they knew everything about us. That's what you get when you worship people because they have big degrees. You don't see that their vision of the world is extremely narrow and potentially dictatorial in ways you have not even begun to imagine, because as you Kenyans said, imagination doesn't feed mama mboga. Tunaelewana mpaka hapo? And I really think the lady has a say and she has a statement that needs to be listened. Now I want to read something that was written by none other than Daktari Miguna in regards to the current regime of President William Ruto. Na nataka muisikize na muisikize kwa makini. This is what Miguna said. He said that President William Ruto seems to be on a marathon to be the richest, to try and be the richest president in the Republic of Kenya, in Africa, or a trillionaire president in Africa in a period of 2 years that he will be in power. Because tell me why people like David Ndii and their wives, their spouses, people like, and should I remind you that also Ruto's son, Nick Ruto, is a beneficiary of the said deal. Pero and the others, there is a company under Safaricom, one of the companies that is benefiting from it, inaitwa consortium, ambayo ilikuwa inafanya, ni convergence, ilikuwa ikifanya kazi, imekuwa ikifanya kazi na Safaricom. The company was owned by Aden Duale, but a few months ago, Nick Ruto bought the shares of the company and became the largest shareholder of the company. So, wakati mnakaa nde you don't want to imagine of where the nation is ending, that is what you get. Are you getting the point? That is what you get when you don't want to reason on how to rescue a republic that is currently collapsing, because our country is at the verge of collapsing economically kwa sababu ya watu ambao they have fed you information that they are going to rescue the Republic of Kenya with their said ideologies, which are ideologies ambazo hazitasaidia lili taifa. For now, I leave it there. Tell me, what do you think about this info in regards to Madam Gatabaki? Imagine being awarded about a 50 million tender and you failed to deliver on another multi-billion tender ya Huduma number. Ni hayo tu kwa sasa.